Alright, so this is where we have Scorp, S99, and Ghost Bands. Alright, so Boss, Sasquatch, you've got Quicksilver, Cassie, Void, Mangog, you've got Mr. Fantastic, Titania, Quicksilver, Wong, you've got Titania, Quicksilver, Apocalypse, you've got Fanta and Omega Sentinel, Kindred, you've got Shuri, and you can probably get away, with Human Torch as well. Just go with a Nova Flame. And then Photon, you've got Crossbones, maybe even Jabari Panther, Mantis, and then Korg, Omega Red, Colossus, Iceman probably works there too with some chip damage. And then Infamous Doom, you've got Gallon. You can probably just use Omega Sentinel. Actually, no, because the Incinerate won't do much. Another heal block. You can probably use Warlock and just parry heavy as much as you can. 1 through 3 on the way out. Fanta. You've got Gallon. A pretty easy Gallon fight, actually, or Hulkling. Path 1, the whole thing can be taken with Omega Sentinel, or you can go with a counter to spot like Jabari Panther or Elsa or Shang-Chi, and then you can also probably get away with Fanta or Shuri for Sauron, or Civil Warrior instead, since he's Nullify immune. Path 2, Mephisto, you've got Kitty Pryde, you've got Rulk, and then, or Blade, and then Domino, you've got Shuri, you've also got Nebula. I know that we've done that one before. LDS there, Lady Deathstrike. I think Magneto could, no, the armor up's probably too much. Cosmic Ghost Rider probably works, so probably does Claire. Yeah, it's probably your best two. 4 through 6 on the way out, Nova. You've got Magneto and Absorbing Man Thing on the way in. You can go with Valkyrie, Jabari. No, not Jabari Panther. You could probably get away with Omega Sentinel too. Just make sure you count rock stacks pretty well. Path 4, Iceman. You've got Warlock. You've got any other Cold Snap immune. And then Null, you've got Absorbing Man or Doom. Path 5, Kitty Pryde, you've got Omega Sentinel, you've got Civil Warrior, you've got Fanta, and then Absorbing Man, you've got Titania and Human Torch. Path 6, Long Shot, you've got Human Torch, probably get away with Titania or Cassie or Ant-Man as well, and then Quicksilver, you've got Mole Man or Fury. 7 through 9 on the way out, Cersei, you've got Rintrah, Tigra. You also have Hood on the way in, Rintrah, Cassie, or Ant-Man. You just won't rely on debuffs as much with Ant-Man. Path 7, Mantis. You've got Apocalypse, Colossus, Namor, Sunspot. And then Shuri. You've got Cosmic Ghost Rider, Quicksilver, I'm sure works, and so does Hulkling. Path 8, Storm Pyramid X, you've got Omega Sentinel, can also get away with Fanta, and then, or Fam, and then Gore, you have Hood, Rintrah, Tigra. Path 9, Doom, you've got Thing, Cassie, Ant-Man, and then for Bishop, you've got Warlock, Omega Sentinel, and the other, like Nebula, and just slap on an Odin for the first two. 1 through 3 in Section 2, Fury, you can take with Omega Sentinel or Civil Warrior, or you can go with Omega Red. Maw, you've got Cassie, Quicksilver, Mr. Negative. Zemo, you've got Colossus. You can probably get away with Valkyrie and hitting into block. No, you cannot because of the aggressive prowess. Colossus is probably your best bet. Trying to think, Iceman could maybe work, but the aggressive prowess was kind of nuts with Sauron, even though he has his own. So you could probably get away with it with spamming special ones. 1 through 3 in section 1 on the way out, Mojo. You've got Titania or Quicksilver. Path 1, got Absorbing Man or Namor for Terrax, and then for Shocker, nothing really special there. You can probably get away with Gallon or Hulkling pretty easily. Path 2, Man-Thing, Titania, Cassie, Ant-Man, and then for Killmonger, you've got CGR, Omega Red, and then Path 3, Scorp. You've got any of your evade counters, so Fury, Mole-Man, also Shang-Chi. 4 through 6 on the way out, Chavez, you've got Titania and Quicksilver. Path 4, Tigra, Quicksilver, Titania. Path 5, Jessica, JJ. You've got Valkyrie. You also have Crossbones or Jabari Panther. And then Atuma, you have Iceman or Colossus with a White Magneto pre-fight. Same goes for Kate on Path 6, Colossus or Iceman. 7 through 9 on the way out, Hulkling. You can get away with Iceman. You can get away with Rolk. You can get away with Cassie. All of them are options. He's not too problematic there. Path 7, Kingpin. You've got Apocalypse or Namor. And then for Dragon Man, you can use Apocalypse or you can use Nebula. Path 8, Gallon, you can go with Blade. You can also go with Tigra or Rintraw. And then Path 9, the whole thing can be taken with Absorbing Man, or you can go with Jabari Panther or Shang-Chi for Void, and then go with Omega Sentinel or Iceman for Weapon X. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so War 4 is against our good buddies for Loki. So shout out to all of our friends over there. BWF, Enzo, Yusafa, Andrew, the list goes on and on. Today I'm taking in Omega Sentinel, Mr. Fantastic, and Quicksilver. I've got Path 6 in Section 1, Path 1 in Section 2, and a mini-boss on Boss Island. So ends up being a pretty light item use war for me, but I still think I have 6 fights. Yes, 6 fights. So again, excited to be bringing in Quicksilver, but he's only coming in for 1 fight. Omega Sentinel is taking most of the war. However, I don't turn on recoil for this war. And then Mr. Fantastic is only coming for pre-fights on Boss Island. So Kate here on Aggressive Prowess, taking it with Omega Sentinel. Really, the only game plan here is to bait out heavies and to end our combo with a different attack than the previous combo. It is a guaranteed crit if it is the same, and for the global crit gives the defender prowess. So to avoid that excessive prowess, which we'll probably strip anyways, we're just going to go ahead and alternate our combo here. Not exactly focused on getting to Special 2 and throwing it or maintaining debuffs, just more focused on keeping Kate at a Special 1 and trying to bait it out ASAP. As I've said before, with the global, this was one of the trouble nodes. With the aggressive prowess, it gives the defender power without you ever touching them. And obviously you can see why that would be an issue if the defender decides to turtle and not throw special attacks. So luckily Kate is very reasonable here. She does not take too long to get special 1s out. And there just felt like letting her melt out instead of trying to continue to bait those special 1s. Move on to Quicksilver's only fight, this rank 2 Chavez on node 19. This node also has aggressive prowess, however, it is not an issue. Chavez is not a global defender. On top of that, Quicksilver has a 13 hit combo, so he strips it off really easy if we have a point where the defender will not throw a special attack. So you guys have seen me do this before. This is probably the beefier of defenders that I've had here, rank 2 7-star. The game plan here is just to combo her like crazy, never knocking her down, and then when we get close to a special 2 and she is low on power, we are going to medium, light, medium into the special 2, and then just allow that detonate to be our damage, even though the protection is up. Now, I don't have a White Magneto pre-fight here. Normally I do, and when I do, I just continue laying into her at this point. But I'm going to wait for her debuff immunity to go away and for her to gain her protection so that we can continue building Whiplash and we don't lose any that we were building prior to the protection returning to Chavez. So there you saw she did throw a heavy. That's not a worry at all. As soon as we dex a hit, it removes that dimension and she is dimensionless. So a Chavez that decides to constantly throw heavies on this node, not a problem for Quicksilver. So we're getting ready to line up our second special 2. We're not going to have quite as many Whiplashes as the first. And I believe Chavez gets a little bit stubborn here. Starts throwing random distance heavies. Finally throws the special 1. Eventually I'm going to mistime a special 1. I thought I was in a quiet space and I got interrupted during Chavez's special 1. So it might be this one here. I dex back a little too early, end up eating it. It's fine. Protection has come back, so now we can continue building up those Whiplashes and get our third and final special 2 in to finish this fight. But yeah, this is a pretty comfortable fight. Anywhere Chavez is on the map, as long as it's not a hazard shift node, I felt pretty comfortable using Quicksilver to take her down. Yeah, it's not really an issue for him. He is such a hard counter to her with the ease of access to the Wither debuff. And right here should do it. Decide to maybe get this special 1 out. And then as she finishes that, we go right into the medium, light, medium, into special 2, and boop, goes Chavez. So pretty clean, besides that special 1 fight. Super easy. We move on to the rest of Omega Sentinels fights. This node and the Boss Island node are the reason I decide not to put recoils on. I really want to constantly spam special 2 against Fury, and it's going to be a longer fight than normal. So I don't want to take that recoil damage and have that lower health pool against Fury. So here it's just maintaining awareness of where the tactical charges are at all times. I do believe he throws 1 special 1 into my block, which is kind of annoying right here at the start. I'm sure even there. Great. Fantastic. Of course, the AI would do that. But here we are trying to turtle when he gets the special 2. Hopefully when he's not unblockable. And then we're trying to push him to special 2. Sorry, when he's at special 1, we are trying to turtle so that we can push him to special 2. Reparry when we can, if we're comfortable with it. That there, I did not mind pushing him unblockable. The special 1 removed the unblockable. And it's really tough here with armor burn to push a defender to special 2 when they have no power gain outside of the combat power rate. And here we're getting ready to line up our first special 2, and it is the only one we do. And then I notice right after that I have a window to maybe land a heal block and prevent the LMD, and I do. Right there, he's a little passive. I hit his block, he's KO'd. So we prevented Fury from healing up all the way because he got KO'd and then immediately got the heal block hit. Move on, Spot here, dropping another heal block pre-fight. I mean, here it's just maintaining awareness of what spot count Spot has, and then maintaining a heal block debuff throughout the fight so that we don't end up with an unblockable Spot, especially when he's stun immune and untouchable. So here we're going to be able to retaliate, remove some of that those spots. He's not quite at 5 yet. We're getting close after this special 2. RNG is a lot better here than it was in the past. I think it was last war. And this, I could have sworn he gets right there. And we were ready for it. Got a block up right away. And he's just going to melt here. So it was only a rank 4 spot. A lot easier than last war. We move on. Sauron, we get some revenge. on this buffet node. We still need to put a heal block pre-fight here, since Sauron has his own healing passives, and that can trigger the heal block reinvigorate and lead to an unblockable defender. So, even though we are nullify immune and we don't have to worry about buffet, we still have to worry about reinvigorate. So we have to maintain, just like Spot, a heal block debuff throughout the fight. But yeah, this is just the fight. Maintaining debuffs. Kind of cycle between, hey, place the debuff, and then pause the debuffs. And then hopefully, as we get to Special 2, we have 3 of these debuffs active. And then we can place as many plasmas as possible with the node. Unfortunately, all that prowess gets stripped through the fight due to armor burn. So we don't get any additional prowess, or sorry, plasmas due to the prowess. But at this point, we can just pause everything and never have to place anything else again. Apparently there was an auto block there. I didn't notice that in fight, but it's very clear here in the replay. And down goes Sauron. So nice and easy. Last fight here, Apocalypse on Conflictor. We have a White Magneto pre-fight. You're going to end every combo with a light attack, and we are going to do full combos since we stripped the prowess puncture ability from the Deja Vu prowess on the node. And then what we're going to do is we're going to build the Special 3. When we have Special 3 and Apocalypse is under a bar of power, we are going to intentionally place a heal block debuff so that we can trigger Conflictor and then pause just a second to throw Special 3 so that those 6 incinerates or plasmas, since he is a mutant, do not get consumed by Conflictor as well. And then after that, we're just going to make sure to pause those 6 plasmas for the rest of the fight. So, didn't feel like dexing Special 2 there. Totally can when in BGs or in a war that, you know, you're not too concerned about, like an off-season war. It's actually my preferred special attack to dex instead of pushing or baiting out Special 1s. So here we are, trigger Conflictor. He decides to throw a Special 1, that's fine. Land an attack so we can immediately throw Special 3, otherwise we have to wait for him to finish his animation. He's got 6 plasmas now. Now we are going to end every combo with a light attack so that we can pause these 6 and just let Apocalypse melt out. So here I'm not worried about heal block. I'm not worried about anything. I am only concerned with ending my combo with a light to pause, and down goes Apocalypse, nice and easy. So pretty chill war for me, all Omega Sentinel. RBG ended up tying with theirs, dying 3 to their 3. And we ended up winning this war 17-7. So not a good war for us. That's a little bit higher than we'd like to finish with deaths. But luckily for Loki, he hadn't been having a good war. So they pretty much gave us the win. So yeah, that was War 4. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and I will catch you guys at the next war.